Hi everybody, this is Jamie bringing you this week's Westwood Wednesday. So today I wanted to introduce you to one of our newest members of our raptor family, and that is our American Kestrel. Now, Kestrels do belong in the group of raptors. Specifically, they are a type of falcon. They are actually the smallest falcon in North America. It might be hard to tell when looking at this kestrel because there's no comparison of size, but he's full grown, about the size of a mourning dove, maybe in between a robin and a crow. That's roughly the size of the American kestrel, but they pack a lot of predator in that small little body. They will hunt for a lot of invertebrates, dragonflies, grasshoppers, little insects, and they'll also get small mammals, little voles, little mice. So we would see kestrels here in Minnesota, but not in the winter. They do migrate south for the winter. But if you were to find them, they would prefer open spaces, grasslands or meadows, and they can hunt perching on poles or wires, and they can also hover using the wind. If they're facing into the wind, they can hover and catch their food that way too, which is pretty cool. Kestrels are also unique not only in their size, but they are also one of the more colorful raptors, and also one of the few raptors that you can easily tell apart the males from the females. So the males are a little bit brighter in color. They have that slate blue head. They have that rusty, warm, brownish, reddish color, versus the females are mostly that rusty brown, and they have some bars on their wings, some black bars. And so what we have here is a male. So when you look at this kestrel, you might also notice some distinct black striping on his cheek or on the side of his face, which I lovingly call his mustache and sideburns. But many falcons do have this striping on the side of their face. It's called a malar stripes, and it actually helps protect them from the sun's glare. Now I can tell you a little bit about this kestrel in particular and why we have him here. So what we believe happened was that he was hit by a car or some sort of collision, which caused him to be blind in one of his eyes. Unfortunately, it's a permanent injury, and it's serious enough where he can't be released to the wild, and that was determined through the Raptor Center at the University of Minnesota. So after that injury, the kestrel was put in the care of another nature center called Wolf Ridge Nature Center, and unfortunately Wolf Ridge had to shut down a few months ago. They needed to find a new home for the kestrel, and that's where we came in, and we were able to take on the care. So you might notice here that the kestrel is what's called tethered, or has a leash connected to him and tied off to a perch, and he is not right now what's called free lofted, which our owl and our hawk are free lofted or freely flighted in their mews. They're not tied to anything. And our goal is to have our kestrel be free lofted in the mew that we have built that's sitting empty right now. But he's never been free lofted before. So our job right now is just to build his confidence and get our training down so that when we can introduce him into that space, he's confident, he can navigate it, and he'll be able to fly around without being tied to anything. And I'll also add that the kestrel is not really on display right now, like our hawk and our owl, where you can walk by and see them in their space and see them in their mews. We have the kestrel right now indoors in more of a private setting, just again to build his confidence. This is a new space for him, so we want him to be completely comfortable before we introduce him into a free lofted and displayed type of setting. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you next time.